What is up, Pats Nation? It is Patriots Global here with another video, and the Patriots lost to the freaking Detroit Lions. This was a game I totally had the Patriots blowing the Lions out of the park. I mean, if the Jets could do it, I would think that the Patriots could do it twice as better. But no, the Patriots lose to the Lions, which is their second loss in a row, and they are now 1-2. Something crazy I just realized not that long ago was that the freaking Cleveland Browns have a better record right now than the Patriots do. But should fans start panicking of all of these losses that the Patriots are going through all of the issues that we are seeing with the New England Patriots? And although we have so many issues, I'm actually going to say no, we should not panic, at least not yet. The Patriots always do bad in the month of September. I mean, last year we lost the first game of the season to the Chiefs. Then the year before that, we lost, I believe it was week 3 to the Dolphins. That's when Brady was going through his 4-game suspension. So September is just never a good month for Patriots at all. It's really the month where they're still trying to figure things out. But ultimately, when they get through that midpoint of the season, they seem to really pick things up and show fans that there really was nothing to worry about. Now, when it comes to offense versus defense, defense by far is the thing that I would worry about more. I think that this offense is just having issues with only having 3 mediocre wide receivers. Brady is really relying on these running backs, and he's really trying to force the ball to these, below average. Well, not below average, but they're not really above average wide receivers. And we are asking Philip Dorsett, we are asking Chris Hogan, we are asking Cordero Patterson to do way more than they might even be capable of. Now, Josh Gordon ended up not playing. I'm almost certain it goes back to that hamstring injury. Hopefully he can get back next week versus the Dolphins. They are 3-0. They are doing very well. We will be seeing former Patriots Brandon Bolden and Danny Amendola, and they know this team. They know how this offense works, so that's going to be another edge that the Dolphins have. But next week is also the last week without Julian Edelman. So by week 5, I fully expect Josh Gordon and Julian Edelman to be on the active roster and playing. Ultimately, what it's coming down to is Brady has nowhere to throw to. The offensive line hasn't necessarily done amazing, but at the same time, we cannot ask them to block for forever. I mean, when teams are planning against this Patriots offense, they go down the list, and the only 2 names that really stick out to you are Rob Gronkowski and Tom Brady. The only guy that Tom Brady is throwing to that really scares you is Rob Gronkowski. Double team him, and more chances than not, you're going to be fine. So then when teams are double teaming Gronk, where's Brady going to throw to? Because these other 3 wide receivers cannot get separation from defenders. When we get Josh Gordon out here, when we get Julian Edelman out here, it is going to take attention away from Gronk, and ultimately it's going to end up leaving somebody open, whether that's Josh Gordon, Chris Hogan, Julian Edelman, whether it's Gronk, whoever it is going to take some cover off of that one person. The problem with this offense is just coming down to lack of weapons. You get 2 huge wide receivers coming back by week 5. I mean, maybe we even get Josh Gordon next week. We'll see. Ultimately, I don't know what's going to happen yet. But I think if we want to win versus the Dolphins, we definitely need Josh Gordon. This offense is going to be okay. We have Tom Brady. We're going to have Gronk. We're going to have Edelman. And we are going to have the Flash Gordon. Now, the only thing that could be a potential issue is that Rex Burkhead actually got injured in the game. And so did Philip Dorsett, but I guess Philip Dorsett was playing, and his injury happened more towards the end, and then he ended up playing more snaps to finish out the game, so he should be okay. But I heard that Rex Burkhead ended up getting injured and didn't return. I believe it was like an ankle or like a neck injury or something like that. So in the end, don't worry about the offense. They're going to be good. What you do need to worry about is this Patriots defense. Now, I'm not going to get too into this because I am going to be making a video basically on why this Patriots defense is struggling so bad. But last night, the Patriots allowed the Lions to have a 100-plus yard rusher for the first time since 2013. And if you don't know what I mean by that, I mean that a Detroit Lion running back has not had a 100-plus yard running game in over 5 years, and that was quick math. This offseason, the Patriots really stressed stopping this run. I mean, they added Danny Shelton. They picked up guys like Bentley. This just looked like a team that was going to be a lot better at stopping the run, but it actually looks like they got worse. The commentators last night were saying that this is the biggest holes that they have seen for running backs ever in the NFL. They said holes that big are something that you see in Pee Wee football. Now, we did have 3 starters out on defense. We had defensive end Trey Flowers, and it seems like the defensive line is terrible when he is not playing. You then had safety Patrick Chun out and cornerback Eric Rowe out. So those are pretty big losses already for the Patriots. So keep in mind when they come back, that's also definitely going to help the defense. And something I think we also have to keep in mind, though, is Matt Patricia knows their offense and Matt Patricia knows their defense. I think it was one of the Lions players that said that Matt Patricia really broke down each of the Patriots players and basically said what they're good at and what they're not. And when you know that, you can use that as your advantage, and the Lions definitely did that. Ultimately, though, even with Chun and Flowers and Rowe all coming back at some point this year, this defense still has issues because even when all 3 of those guys were on the field, this defense was still having problems. Ultimately, moves need to be made on this defense. It's only week 4, guys. This is not something we should be freaking out. Yes, 1-2 is not a great start, and it is very stressful, and I definitely will admit to that. But we have seen that the Patriots get better with time, and Bill Belichick is going to be making moves in order for this team to get better. But that is it for today's video. What are your guys' thoughts on the loss to the Lions, and what do you think the Patriots have to do in order to get better? Make sure you guys like and subscribe, as that helps me out very much. Make sure you guys share this video with everybody who knows so we can grow the Patriots Global family. And other than that, I'll catch you guys in another video.